All right. Let's go. Let's go. First stream ever on learning how to DJ. I'm pretty excited. Let's see how it goes. I know nothing about producing music, nothing at all. And today we're gonna start our journey on learning that. So, yeah. Let me activate the chat first. All right. Okay. All right, we are ready. Let's go. So I know this guy is pretty talented, Nick Mira. So I'm gonna watch a couple of his videos.
I just recorded this whole tutorial and my camera died, so I lost all the footage from the camera's point of view, but it's a good tutorial nevertheless. Is that how? No, nevertheless. It's a good tutorial regardless, so I'm still gonna upload it and I'll try to make it up for y'all with something else. But basically in this video, it's just if I were to relearn how to make melodies from scratch, I would do this method in order to learn how to sort of piece stuff together by scratch and how to train your ear to be able to make stuff from scratch. I go over using royalty-free samples, go over matching the chords, go over the counter melodies and all that. So yeah, hope you guys like this video, and sorry that my camera died, but it won't happen again. Definitely not, because it kind of made me upset. So I'm gonna finish editing this right now and then upload this. If I could relearn how to make melodies from scratch, it would be doing it like this. So this process involves using royalty-free samples because you can avoid losing percentage on your songs that you're trying to work on. We're gonna use Arcade, we're gonna use Splice, the Noise iCloud. So step one is find stuff we like that resonates with us melodically. Something that we go, I like that. I wanna make something that I like the same way that I like that. No. 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 Go to R&B and soul. R&B soul. So what I'm looking for is different components that can come together to make a loop. So what elements make a sample or a loop? It can be a bass, a synth, a piano, string, vocals, ambience, all these different things. So I'm gonna look for different parts that I like on each site and then compile them together and then try to replay the notes to see how they were made. Okay, it took me a little while to find something, but I got this piano from this site. Let's go to Splice. Now let's look for ambience, a synth too. Like that, okay. So this is the ambience we have. Put that in there. Let's get some other stuff from Splice, like maybe a flute. So now that we have at least 3 components, our first step is match the key of all of them together. So let's do that right now. This one's F minor. Let's just all make it C minor for the sake of this video. So F minor, F is over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have to go 5 notes down to get to C. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then this one is in the key of E. Then so we're gonna go to this video. So F minor, F is over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have to go 5 notes down to get to C. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then this one is in the key of E. I don't know if it's E minor or E major. Let's see. 5. We have to go 5 notes down to get to C. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this one's F minor. Let's just all make it C minor for the sake of this video. So F minor, F is over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have to go 5 notes down to get to C. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then this one is in the key of E. I don't know if it's E minor or E major. Let's see. Seems to be C sharp minor, so let's pitch this down 1. And if it's kind of deep, so I'm gonna raise it an octave by going plus 1200 cents on the pitch knob. Now I'm going to put the flute with it too. This says D minor, so we're just gonna go down 2, because D is 2 notes above C. Here's how we're gonna learn how to make melodies from this. So I matched all this stuff together and it sounds good. Now I know these are components I need to make a good melody. So I'm gonna open up a new pattern and just match the vibe of each one of these layers. So let me open up a synth. I don't know what synth would sound too close to that, but it's just the notes I'm kind of going for. I don't know what note that is. I don't think these are the same notes, but this sounds similar, so. remotely, it sounds nothing like it. It just sounds spacious, but I used this one to inspire me to make this pattern pretty much. Now I'm gonna put some effects on it because it sounds like that one has a lot of effects. So it kind of reminds me of Portal. So I'm gonna go on Portal and find some effects for this. And I'm gonna take some low end out. And I'm gonna add some reverb too. I'm also gonna open up gross beat, and I want it to go reversed. Okay, I have that layer. Now let's make one after the piano. Bring it back up. It's basically up 7 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's this note actually. I like the vibe that this part gives, but when I try to recreate the melody, how it sounds in the loop, I just don't really like it. So I'm just gonna do my own thing, inspired off of it. So if you're wondering how I knew how to make all these chords, I just kind of followed the bass lines that I heard when I was listening to this. But it sounded a little different. So I knew the scale was then C minor because that's what we changed it to. And then I only put the bass notes in the C minor scale. And then I just built the chords around them by doing the duplicate this note up, 7 notes, and then put notes in the middle where it sounds good. So this is what we have so far. Let's actually change this preset so we can have something a little cooler. The piano's alright, but it sounds kind of boring to me. So I'm gonna open up this VST phase plant. Now let's pull up the flute. Now let's mute the flute. That sounds kind of cool. Let's throw it in the mixer, put some chorus on it, put some reverb, and then let's EQ it a little bit to make it less harsh and make it blend in more. I'm actually gonna scroll the chorus. If you scroll on these plugins, it affects the chain, meaning they are affecting what's above it. So if I move chorus to the bottom, it's gonna affect the EQ and the reverb. But if I put it at the top, that means the reverb and the EQ are affecting what's already been done to the chorus. So yeah, now we have this new melody. that we've done from scratch. Well, using pretty much sketches and like little tracings, but now the coolest thing about this is we can do whatever we want to it. So if we want to transpose this, nothing's stopping us. We can go over here, do transpose, do +4, and then we can listen to it. But what if we started it over here instead? So yeah, basically the possibilities are endless. For the sake of this video, I'm gonna do one more to show you how to do it. Or instrument beat. have one preset, like 4 instruments in the beat, it's got to be a good preset. I don't know, should it start on this part or this part? It's low-key an intro. Pitched up, pitched down. Let's try this. These are all in the 2000 drum kit.
probably don't refer to my own beats as poop. I don't need to intro myself, but I will. It's your boy Chris Evans. Today, we're going to be making some beats of the Opium variety. I'm talking Playboy Carti, Ken Carson,
Anybody could be Batman.
Destroy Lonely.
I feel like the meaning of life comes to complete, and then once you complete,
When I ever went gold, it's a little bit of old news, but recycled. Like some things you haven't heard before, some things you have heard.
Alert warning.
Got some guest sounds from So this is what I love. I love this about me. Y'all give it. It's getting me going. When you have a whole bunch of sections, it's like mix and matching, and then you got a lot of room when you're making the arrangement to kind of just pick catchy section, and then it's not just sounding like the same thing the whole time because you're mix and matching so much. You're giving the rise and falls, the beat. You'll catch my drift as we keep going. I'm gonna give like a triplet vibe. So sometimes you hear people and they're like, oh, he's the hi-hat guy. Not talking about me specifically, but it's all like foundational. A little more rolls here and there wherever you see fit. And this is where you could get a little bit creative. These are the building blocks for that. Start with something that straight up works, that's simple, even though it's a little avant-garde, being a triplet type of vibe. Nothing.
This is TJ. He's 17 years old and he's never made a beat in his life.
So you've never actually made music before?
No, I've never had any experience whatsoever with it.
We chatted on Discord for a bit and he told me he has been wanting to get into music production for a while but has no idea where to start. So I had an idea. Over the next 24 hours, I'm going to teach him all the basics about making beats, how to build chords, melodies, drum patterns, everything. We're gonna turn him from complete beginner to pro. Or well, as close as we can get in a short amount of time.
Dude, this is gonna be a blast.
Yes.
I hope he's gonna have fun, and I think you guys are gonna learn a thing or two as well, even if you're not total beginners. Anyway, we spent the first 10 minutes kind of going over the Ableton interface, the layout, and where everything is.
Wait, so you're talking about where it says reverb delay?
No, the one at the very bottom.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Not gonna lie, I quickly realized how much small stuff there is that I just give for granted, but that it's actually not that simple for someone who has never made music before. This was gonna be a lot harder than I thought.
Let me think of the simplest way to do this.
Hey, what is going on, guys? Today we're gonna teach you how to make music on FL Studio. We're gonna cover some of the basic stuff on FL Studio to help you make your first beat, and it's gonna sound fire. First, you wanna get FL Studio, so make sure to go in the description and go cop FL Studio or download the trial version. If you're gonna buy it and you wanna be serious about this, I really recommend the producer version. And once you have FL Studio, this is what's gonna pop up. So here, it's like Google Chrome tabs, okay? So you're clicking things and it's opening different things. The first one is the playlist. This is like drawing the beat. It's where you're gonna lay out the patterns. You're gonna put things in. So if I put a random effect and I drag it onto the playlist, and then I click play or spacebar, it's gonna play the audio. This one is the piano roll. This is where you're gonna use the piano to make melodies, 808s, and lay out patterns. So if I just left click and I click pattern all the way here, so it only plays the pattern. Here you're gonna hear the notes I just. We're back. This is the channel rack where you can add sounds, and this is the mixer. So the mixer is where you can adjust and mix and master and do a bunch of effects and cool stuff. Now here on the left, it's like folders. This is where you keep all the audios, the preset. Before we start making the beat, we're actually gonna go get some sounds. First, we're gonna get a drum kit, which is gonna contain a bunch of drum sounds that we can make the beat. So I really like Yeat, so we're gonna search Yeat drum kit, Reddit. There's a lot of them. But usually you just click them and then you just click open on the link, and then you can download it and have the kit. I'm also going to find like a melody, like a loop. So we're gonna go to Looperman. Go to Looperman, click loops and samples. go to by keyword and then search up the artist or an instrument that you like. I really like this one, so we're gonna download it. But before we download it, we're actually gonna keep track of this, the BPM. And we're gonna make sure it's the right BPM, which by default is 140. So perfect. Basically, BPM stands for beats per minute, which is how fast your beat's playing. Like at 300 BPM, your beat's gonna be very, very fast. But if you have one at like 80, it's gonna be very slow. Now we're gonna add the drum kit. So we're gonna click Options, File Settings, and then here we're gonna put out the path of a folder where you keep all the kits you want to download in the future. So just go to your desktop, make a folder called kits, and then just add all the kits there. Now you're gonna click here on refresh, and wherever you saved it should pop up. Wow, this kit looks crazy. All right, so first we're gonna start off with the hi-hats. So we're gonna click on pattern 1, go on the channel rack. I'm actually gonna delete all this other stuff by right clicking. I'm just using my arrow keys to go down this fast. I like this one, very simple. Now we're gonna right click this, go to piano roll. On the piano roll, I'm actually going to just add one hi-hat. And I'm gonna follow this line here. Fill in these right here. Now I'm gonna highlight this and I'm gonna hold Control, press B, and I'm gonna do it until I hit the 5 mark, which it actually stands for 4 bars. Usually you want to lay out something for at least 4 bars, which ends at 5, but a lot of producers, when they're working with things, they usually do it for 8 bars, just so I had some more flow to it. So I'm gonna cut this, I'm going to go like this and then go here. You can even change how the lines are cut inside the bar, for example a half staff, so you can even go faster by doing like this. Now we're gonna add a clap. Like this one. Usually claps are in the middle of the bar, so here I'm actually gonna extend this, and I'm gonna hold Control to highlight it, hold Shift, boom, and we're gonna follow that same thing until it hits 8 bars. I need to hear how this sounds with the beat, so I'm gonna click on pattern 1, I'm gonna paint it over, and then make sure you click song on the top here, and then we play it. Hey, hey, hey. Everybody talk about bitch and I'm now we need some 808s. Oh, I love. Again, drag it here. You actually want to left click it, open this thing. For every 808, you actually want to make sure to remove this option. Click on the wrench, click cut itself. Now, click on piano roll. We can actually turn up the velocity so it's louder a little bit. Too loud. There you go. Hey. But I want to make sure it's in key. You want to highlight it, hold Control, press up arrow key until you go to C8 or C9, whatever. You want to make sure that note is hitting the same as the melody. Yeah. Now I want to copy this over because I don't want to be too creative, and then select everything by Control A, Control down key until it hits the 5s. Let's structure the beat a little bit. We're gonna right click the pattern 1 and click split by channel. We're gonna actually delete everything. Now we're gonna select all these things by holding Control and clicking on them, then you just drag them over. Now what I want to do is I want to build a little intro. So hold Shift, bring this over to the left. See this little triangle here? It's actually gonna make the audio fade in. While it's fading in, I'm actually gonna play the hi-hats. Let's listen to this. Hey, I got a bitch and I'm home.
Flex for FL Studio is one of the most underrated plugins of all time, and it's replaced almost every third-party plugin that I use. One of the main reasons why is because of packs like this. It's called Cinematic Soul by MSX Audio. They recently did a few packs with Flex specifically, but they're really changing the game as far as how these packs are utilized, and they're doing something that I've never seen any plugin do before. Right off the bat, you can see this pack has a lot in it. We have some really good bass instruments, and we have some bells. Now we're getting into the part of the pack that is like no other plugin out there. It's what really differentiates the MSX Audio Flex packs from anything else that I've ever seen before. And it's these packs with the CHP on them, they're chops. Cinematic Soul was already a sample pack that was essentially in FL Cloud, and they took those samples and those full-on compositions, because that's what most of it is full-on compositions, and they put them into this Flex pack, and they made some really dope chops in here. If you click on one of these like this, and you go into the piano roll, you can see that they're actually labeled. So this one has 12 chops. Ooh, what, bro? Hey. Oh my goodness. Insane. And that's just one pack. It coincides with your keyboard. They do have just their specific tempo, but it does tell you what the BPM is right here and what the key of that is originally. So it's easy to manipulate that into whatever the project is that you're working on. But I found that just doing it inside of Flex, it works. Let's go through a little bit more of this, and then I want to cook something up. It just works. It just works off the bat. Man, this pack is just so inspiring because I have the intentions of getting through the whole pack to just listen to a bunch of stuff, but I end up stopping myself because I get so inspired to just cook up. The stuff that MSX Audio has been doing with FL Cloud and Flex is just on another level, on another planet. A lot of different types of chop, high energy, lower energy, smooth R&B type soul vibes. Unreal, dude. It just keeps getting better. We got full-on drum kits. If you go to the piano roll, it's all labeled out for you, by the way. You have drum kits that just work together. And what I like to do if I get a drum pattern going like that, a lot of these drum kits, they're all laid out the same way, meaning like the samples are in the same spots. So you can scroll through different drum kits and just audition different sounds to go with your beat. I haven't even gotten halfway through the pack yet. We have a bunch of different keys. And everything's textured in a way where it kind of just goes with the vibe. So a lot of times I'm staying in this one pack. It's what you look for in sounds that complement each other. Everything kind of just goes. We have more kits. Really fire drum kits. And then these have some other sample loops in there too as well. Pads, leads, plucks, percussions, sound effects, strings, more synths, some vocal samples. Go back up to the bass section. I want a nice rumble and I want a long tail on it. I mean, just listen to the fuzz, the texture on that. This sound effects right here. And I think that's in key. What? I'm gonna throw that in Edison and record it because that's fire. I'm gonna use it as a transition. Crazy. Maybe even reverse it. Oof. add a B section. So I'm going to duplicate this. I made this one unique. Maybe like a verse kind of section. Ooh, I didn't even hear that, Chop. Oh my gosh. Woo. Yeah, I'm not gonna format this just yet, but listen to this loop that we got with just a few minutes inside Flex, inside the Cinematic Soul Pack. Insane. Give it a listen with everything, all the drums, the bass, the violins, everything that I threw in there, and that B section. Haven't decided which way to go with the B section, if I should double the A and double the B, or just go A, B, A, B, or go A, A, B, B. I don't know yet. We'll see. This sounds crazy so far. Just give it a listen. So that's going to do it for this one. To get the Cinematic Soul Pack inside of Flex, hit the link down in the description below and get all the information that you need to get this ridiculous pack. And with that,
Okay, so if you clicked on this video, you must be interested in making beats. And whether it's just a hobby or you're thinking about taking it full time, getting started can feel overwhelming. There's so much information out there, the software looks confusing, and you might not even know where to begin with making music. Well, in this video, I've got you covered because I'm going to break down everything you need to know to get started in FL Studio, including which version to choose, how to navigate the software, add your own sounds, install plugins, build your first beat, start mixing, recording, arrange your track, and even how to export it so you can distribute your music. I'll be keeping it really simple and digestible, so by the end of this video, you should be well on your way to making your first beat. If you're wondering who I am, my name's Jay Cactus. I've been a full-time producer for over 5 years now, and I've worked with artists such as Giggs, Noisy, Skinny Flex, French the Kid, and way more. And if you want to dive a bit deeper, I've created a whole beginner's course completely free, which goes step by step. It gives you access to a community of like-minded producers and a whole bundle of high-quality sounds for you to use. You can grab it by clicking the link in the description or by scanning the QR code here. And for my regular viewers, this doesn't mean that my tutorials won't be advanced anymore. I just wanted to give something free to people who were looking to start a new hobby this year. But with all that being said, let's get straight into it. Alright, so let's start off with which version of FL Studio you'll actually need. A lot of people ask me what version.
In this 4.5-hour beginner music producer course, the idea here is to never keep the rhythm all the time the same. So as you can see, if I were to take all of those notes into one note, this is the rhythm of our melody. You can see that every bar has a different kind of rhythm. So if you'd like to take this approach, you can choose the paint tool and paint over all the notes, and then just maybe even like delete some of them. Right? Maybe I don't like really the last part, so let's do it like this. And now, after we've got your random rhythm, basically, right? We go and change up the notes. So we can go down on up or higher like this. Cool sounds, I'll be honest with you, there are other also free instruments White has to offer. The Flex synthesizer we've already tried out, and White has many cool sounds. I'll be honest with you, there are other also free instruments available online, made by third-party companies that only focus on creating the freshest and highest quality sounds. Don't get me wrong, you're just starting out, there's no need to install anything extra if you don't want to. But I want to help you get better fast. And better starts with choosing better instruments. So before we dive into writing chords, let's find and install third-party instruments. This way, you'll have more and better sounds to play with as you make music. And also, real instrument course downloads is Labs by Speedfire Audio. It has all the real instruments you'll need. So let's search for and download for Windows. Now 3 folders opened as delete those guys. We'll be opening and playing this instrument inside FL. So we just need to go to FL Studio.
In this video, we are going to remake the song Type by Future and Metro. Let's get into the remake. Type Shit comes from Future and Metro Boomin's collaborative album We Don't Trust You, featuring big artists such as Travis Scott and Playboi Carti on vocals, and Mike Dean and D Rich on production. Now, this remake is unprecedented for me. Unprecedented. I've never spent more than 80 hours on a single remake. This one took me over 400 hours. 400 hours spent dissecting this song down to an inch of its life. But how can you possibly...
All right, I think that's gonna be it. I think next time I'll watch this. I also need to install FL Studio, and yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know if it's, I guess I have to pay for it. I'm not sure. Anyway, so let's see tomorrow. All right. Anyway, thanks guys, and I'll see you next time.